So give me 1 second to make sure that everything comes online here because it's just not used to the setup yet. Give me 1 second to make sure that everything comes online here because it's just looks good. Not used to the setup yet. Give me 1 second to make sure that everything comes online here. Hold on, let me make sure. Looks good. Not used to the setup yet. 1 second to make. Okay, now we shouldn't have an echo. We should be okay now. I think. Okay, now we should. Okay, we're good. So, folks, I made a post earlier. I got to really rip through this fast. All right, because we have to go quickly. Really quickly. Earlier today, I put out a post on Twitter um, saying if we can get our fundraiser to $10,500 soon, I'll go to Best Buy, we'll buy a 360-degree camera, and we will ship it to 80,000 feet and recover it. Somebody went and put $2,000 in the pot anonymously, so whoever that was, we appreciate it. But because we have that, so here's the deal: of that $2,000, that's going to get us 275 bucks for the launch. Probably going to spend 300 on the camera. So let's just say about $600. It's probably going to cost us for that. But it's going to, I think the promotional aspect of actually having the time lapse of going up and recovering, it's going to be really cool. Like we need that. Whoever that was, thank you. Because we got that, I'm going to go ahead and burn another $275 of that and get a balloon launch going right now because we have a little bit of a mess coming through. And if you look at Radar Omega, you see how we've got this mixed precipitation trying to come through. So we're going to put up a balloon right now and see if we can determine and maybe help out the National Weather Service and say, hey, it's going to be freezing rain, or hey, it's going to be snow, or hey, the balloon malfunctioned and we don't got no answer. I mean, it could be that too. So you never know. But so we're going to do 2 launches. So that means that we're going to take of that 2,000 that came in, we'll be able to put roughly 1,000 toward our next sonde order, which means that now instead of having to spend $2,800, we're spending $1,800. And you can see how this starts to whittle down really, really quick because somebody might throw in $10 and that $10 starts whittling the stuff down so fast. Like it's like a teamwork thing here. It's not just about the big donations, it's about all the donations. Because I always say this, guys, if we had 1,000 people donate $1, that's $1,000, and it's a small burden on everybody then. So we appreciate it, folks. So with that said, we need to quickly get a weather balloon up in the air, but we need to do it strategically and smoothly. Slow is smooth, smooth is fast. I guess. So we need to find where I just want to see roughly where this thing's gonna go. We launch, is it here? Yep, right here, Glacier Moraine Drive. So what I'm gonna do here on the Sonde Hub predictor, this is gonna predict where the balloon is gonna go. So I'm gonna click there, and I believe our launch altitude is 269. And our launch time is gonna be about 19, 20. Let's go 2000. Roughly a little bit from now, okay. We need to do our burst cut. We just need to put some numbers in. Payload mass is 220 grams. It's a Kmot 200. And delete the burst altitude. We go 5 meters per second ascent rate. Should burst around 20,802 meters. That is 68,000. So we should be, unless we want to add more helium, we should be able to get to 68,000 feet today. And then we're going to run prediction, and it's going to predict where the sonde is going to go, or not. There it goes. Wow, look at this, guys. So this thing, it's a good thing we're not putting a camera on this one today. This thing is going to end up in northern Indiana. We're expecting this balloon to land somewhere in northern Indiana. So this thing is going to take off. But I mainly want to look at here where this thing's going to go in the ground, because when we go out to our launch site, I need to make sure that it's not going to hit a building. Because that would be really embarrassing, because I've thought about what happens if this balloon, like, we launch it and it gets stuck like in a power line or something, and the only thing that comes to mind is I have to shoot it. I mean, I don't know what to do at that point. We're technically not in the city, we're out in the county, so I mean, I don't know, like, what do you do? Like, just shoot it? Like, or I don't know. So anyway, it's probably an FAA violation. So I've already called the Madison Airport. They're aware of our upcoming launch. As usual, they told me they didn't give a rat's. So we need to quickly go and get this going. I need to go get the helium out of the truck. Let me get this camera streaming. And then we're gonna go get this going fast. We're getting the stream through. Come on. There it is. Scott's here for stimulating conversation. Oh, that's fantastic. Anyway, look, the floor's dry. So we got to do this fast, guys. Really fast. I'm going to turn this off because I can't have this thing going and blowing the balloon all over the place. And I'm not prepared for this. I apologize. A couple of things that we're going to need for our launch. We're going to need a radio sonde. We're going to need a balloon. We're going to need a parachute. We're not going to use a derailleur. We are not going to use a derailleur. I'll explain why in a minute, because it's a waste in here. It's a waste to use it here. Let me get the computer set up. Okay, we still got sound? I think so. We still got sound? Yeah, we're good. All right, so we're gonna get our handy dandy weather balloon cart. I think we need to name this cart. Like, maybe this should be like, we could have our sponsors, like we've got the Radar Omega TV. Well, maybe we have the scientificsales.com cart. In fact, I could write that on there. We'll just call the cart Paul. It's Paul's cart. All right, so we're going to use this to launch our balloon. I have to go out to the truck. You got to give me 1 second, guys. I've got to go out there and get this stuff. Don't go nowhere. This thing weighs like 120 pounds. Oh my god.
Did you really just move that thing with the regulator on it?
Yes, I sure did.
That's not safe to move it with the regulator on it.
Thanks, buddy. Appreciate that. Okay. Here's our derailleur today. We're going to run about 80 feet of this cotton string. We're about 45 feet from here down. So let's just tie a little off like this. It's just a waste of the derailleur. We might as well just use string here. We're going to go a little short. This will probably end up being 60 feet, but it'll be fine. I've never done a launch this way, so I want to kind of go easy on myself the first time. I've never not used a derailleur, so we're probably at about 60 feet. It'll be fine. Because I'm going to have to drag that. Well, hold on, I need to make sure it reaches outside. So we're going to get the sonde going. The reason I want to do it this way is because with using the string, we can actually sit the sonde outside under the garage door right now and not have to worry about calibrating it once we get it outside or waiting for GPS. So we're going to prep the radio sonde right now, and then it can just chill out there. Because if we have it in here, we're going to get a really goofy looking sounding. So here's our radio sonde. I don't have a marker, guys. I cannot write names on it today. I don't have a marker. I'm really sorry. I don't know where my marker went. So we're just going to tie this thing up. I know Aiden had a Sharpie around here, but I'm not going to bother looking for it. This cotton string is what you got to use. And it's the way to go, man, I'm telling you. Just be careful not to damage the probe. I am in a hurry, can you tell? All right, looks good. So we place our probe in the flight position, just like that. And that's just to keep it out of the string. I'm going to chop this off because I don't want it to get caught in that little resistive temperature sensor. That would piss me off. $200 piece of equipment right here that we would screw up by doing that. And you gotta make sure it's tight, or it's gonna take off. All right, we're good. So radio sonde is not powered on yet. We have the antenna. GPS is up here. This is the probe, temperature, humidity, and all that. All right, we need to get everything sharp off of this so we don't pierce the balloon. Balloon. All right, here's the parachute so we don't bonk anybody on the head when this thing comes down to terminal velocity. We're going to rig this a little bit differently than normal. The other end of our string has to go through here and get tied off. We don't have that nice hook on the derailleur. Boy, this is kind of a pain in the rear. I need to get a little poker to stick this through, I think. Yeah. Zip tie maybe? Just need something that's rigid to stick it through. Because it's like an elastic loop. It's made to use to put a derailleur on. And again, you got to make sure you tie it good because there is a tremendous amount of force on here when this thing takes off. It's ascending at about 15 miles per hour when I let go of it. So that's like holding on to the back of a car going 15 miles an hour. You got to have your string tied good. Okay, that's clear. So we're going to take a couple of zip ties and we're going to place them up here, 3 of them, so that they don't get caught on anything. I lost my duct tape. Nope, it's over there. This is our calibration weight. It's not windy out, we don't need to overfill. We're going to take this, act as a safety line. We need to go to this leg over here. And I'm just looping this around. This just keeps the balloon from trying to float away. It means I can basically let go of it. And then, where is my, oh yeah. So we're going to clip it to that. This just keeps this on a leash. I'm going to power the radio sonde on. And, well, we're going to do that in a minute because I want to get a couple of cameras running. We're going to prep the balloon. Keep everything off of this table that we're not using because I don't want to puncture this balloon. They're fragile, but they're not. I mean, you know, it's latex, so I mean, it could get messed up, but. All right, we got a little bit of moisture on this because I dropped it. Get the moisture off of there. Blow it out quick. Watch your ears. All right, so we got the balloon neck right here, so we're going to insert this into the neck. Very self-explanatory. Right now, there is probably enough force to keep this on there, but I don't want to have an incident where this thing goes shooting off and we're down a balloon. A lot of people use electrical tape. I use this duct tape because it's cheap and it's not very sticky. It's just one piece versus having to wrap the damn thing with electrical tape. This actually works really well. So I just use that and I haven't had an issue yet. We're going to be nice to our balloon and we're going to unwrap it a little bit. I'm going to tie a loop, like a big hoop, in our parachute string. This is totally optional, but I do this just because it allows me to slip it over the balloon and not have to tie it. It's one less thing that I have to tie once the balloon is inflated. In here, it doesn't really matter. In the field, it does because that's when it becomes kind of a pain. And there's really no right or wrong way to tie this. I'm a little bit picky with how I tie them, but. So now this will go around it, and then you'll see here when we fill it, we'll fold the neck up so we don't have to tie any knots once this balloon is inflated. And then I just let it kind of chill out like that. We're going to clip our weight measuring line to our weight, and now we have a system ready to fill. That's helium over there. Let's get this internet radio sonde outside, and let's get the receiver going. I don't have anything to set it on. So I think we're just going to use a chair. I think we'll just use a chair. I just really don't want that chair to blow away. My string's too short.
Oh no.
Well, it'll probably be okay. I just wanted to get a GPS signal is all. So I'm powered on. I'm going to put it on 404.5. I need an extra like 6 feet. Let me go power on the receiver. All right, receiver's on. That's got a signal already. See, my string is a little too short. We're gonna move this down a bit because I want to shut the door. I have a little bit of a leash here. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna get a little tripod or a stand to put these on. But see, we got two solid lights. It's got a GPS, that means it's sending telemetry. See, that works slick. Now we don't have a skewed reading. I'm gonna put you over on the IP camera. We're gonna get a signal here in our Discord server momentarily. Oh, there it is right there. See, look at this. There it is. Maybe I could have some of you guys in the chat, mods, please. Oh, well, sorry, you can't see that. Wrong camera. Mods, could I have a little help with that one? Would be cool. Should be able to put the link over there for me, please. It's live on our website, wxi.org. Ah, shoot, I gotta go through the help guide here. God bless. Yeah, if I could get some help from staff, please. I really want to put there. Okay, I think Amy did it. I think, but I'm looking, guys. If we could put the tracking link in the chat, I would really appreciate it. Here, I'll just do it. Hold on. I don't know if anybody has permissions in that room to see it or not. Okay, I just posted it. Okay. All right, so here's our data. It's coming in good. 37 degrees, believable. 28 degree dew point, believable. Altimeter's right. Pressure's right. This is all believable. We're good to go. Let's get this thing moving. Hold on 1 second. Oh, ouch. I'm okay. I just want to get a time lapse of this thing going up. Somehow. All right, let's try to not break this. Gotta make this look easy or I look stupid. So get everything off. Zip ties here. It's gonna look a little, this is gonna make a really loud noise. It's the PVC pipe on here. I'm serious, watch your headphones. I'm gonna go to the other camera, I think. Seriously, watch your headphones. This is gonna make a horrible noise. It's this regulator. Maybe not. Hold on, I gotta drag the cylinder over a bit. I don't have enough hose. Noise. All right, positive lift. Make sure it hovers there for a second. Good. I'm happy with that. So see, I got the loop right here. So I'm going to zip tie this puppy off so we can unhook it here. You're not supposed to use zip ties because you can pinch the skin and break it. I haven't broken one yet. Someday when I bust a balloon, I guess I'll stop using them, but they're just too easy, man. They're just too easy. I want this below the zip tie though. There, now it shouldn't leak on us. I'm going to take a second zip tie for safety purposes, and we are going to use this to go underneath of that one. This will also help capture that string, and then we're gonna finalize it. So the string will be between the two zip ties, and I'm not going to cut the tails off yet. Well, I'm going to cut. Shoot, I need my cutters. I'm going to cut one of the tails off because one of those tails right now is helping to keep that string on there. It's just a trick that I do in here. It's not like a protocol thing. It's just what I find is easiest. Well, I'm going to cut them both off because I did this kind of goofy, but be careful you don't nip the balloon. And you have to cut these off or they do end up piercing the balloon when the balloon gets to a higher altitude. All right, so we're just going to detach our filling system here. Hold the damn thing. There's a lot of force on this. It will come out of your hands if you're not. See? Like this is, you feel like you're holding a weight. So then we're going to fold this. Yeah, I know. I know. I'm opening myself up to a lot right now. We're gonna take the neck and we're gonna fold it up, and that captures the string. The string can't go anywhere then. I know what it looks like. I know. I hear it all the time. Paul's in the comments right now, probably. Look at this idiot, he's doing it wrong. That's okay, we love Paul. This is the scientificsales.com balloon launching cart even. Hell. We're going to probably put another zip tie on this because I was kind of stupid how I put the other two. I should have put the other one farther up. Sometimes it's easier just to use string, but out in the field I use zip ties because it is faster in the field, but in here it seems to be slower, but whatever, it is what it is. You just, like I said, you have to cut the excess off because this balloon is going to expand at lower pressure. And these pokers will poke the balloon, I think. Boy, I really didn't think this through, did I? Idiot. Forgot I gotta go open the garage door. Well, we can put a safety line here. We'll clip a safety line on it. I forgot I didn't have the door open. Oh God, don't go nowhere. Here, I'll go to the big camera so you guys can see how big this thing is. That's what she said. All right, guys, let me take you guys over here. I think it might just be best to just set you guys up on my truck instead, because I think with one person here, I don't think I can take you guys with. I just don't think it'll work. I'm gonna go right over there. All right, so I'm gonna drag my string and the sonde and hope I don't get the string caught on anything. Good launch. See it? Where is it? I can't find it. It's right up here. You guys see? Probably not. It's up there, guys. She's way up there. We should have data. Yeah, right there. Data's coming in. It's a good launch. Down to 31.5. Altitude is 1847 feet. Rate of ascent is 12.5 miles per hour up. Positive launch. Perfect. Good to go. All right, the launch is good. Here it is. Here's the data coming in. So you can track this live. Somebody's probably got a link in the description already. Track it live. You're coming right off of our server up there.
We are already at 2,749 feet. This data is coming in live, folks. We're at 13 miles per hour up. That's about 5-ish meters per second. Winds up there are at 38 miles per hour. Pressure is down to 900 millibars already. Dew point 23.2, 26.5 for the temperature. So, perfect. Things are working. This is great. We got to come in here and track this thing. Hold on. Nope, not going to retrieve this one.
All right, so you should be back over on my screen share now. All right, let's guys, here it is right here. Sounding's live. It's in the chute right now. It's loading a little slow because of the screen share. Look at that. Look at this massive temperature drop. We're down to 21 degrees Fahrenheit already. This is great. Let me pull up the monitor. Great. Guys, we've got 182 people looking at the site right now. 188 people looking at the site. Guys, go look at the site if you would please. We need to spike this CPU usage and make sure everything's working good. This is great. Look at that live tracking coming in. 190. Hell, I think there's more people. Damn, there's a lot of you guys must have went. No, no, no. This isn't a Chinese balloon. This is a Japanese balloon. It's okay. It's safe. This is not a Chinese spy balloon. Perfect. Our CPU usage just shot up to 3%. So we got people watching. This is great. Fantastic. Let me get this posted up here on something. Oh no, I left my GoPro out there, I think. Maybe not. Hold on, I'll go get it in a minute. Nobody's gonna hurt it. It's in the middle of a cornfield. Why not retrieving it? Because we don't retrieve them. You just don't. There's no reason to. There's nothing usable on it when it breaks. There's just no reason to. I know that sounds like a smart ass answer, and I don't mean it to be. It's really not meant to be. Sorry, I'm trying to bang this out real quick. I gotta tag NWS, and I need to. Oh shoot, I didn't put the link in there, you dumbass. Guys, this is what your Project Weather Eye donations are doing. This is data that we're going to be able to use to determine what's going on in this atmosphere. Look at this. There's an inversion. We might get freezing rain. We might get freezing rain. Ignore this parcel line. This parcel line is going to disappear. The way that our sounding works is it changes some things based on whether or not it's a winter or a summer sounding. As soon as this detects that it's winter, and it will here very shortly, I think once it gets to 700 millibars, it's going to remove that parcel line. So that's our data coming in. Let me bang this out and get this on Facebook quick. All right, she's up on Facebook now. Guys, thank you for being here. This is great. It's just nice to see this working. So again, if you go to our website, wxeye.org, you can find our GoFundMe. We are up to $10,813. We're almost at 50%. We could even get 50% here by the end of the week. Who knows? But here's our, if you see here, here's our soundings. Here's our latest one. You click on view sounding and it pops it right up for you. You guys can go ahead and share this page. This is live data as it's happening, folks. This is not delayed. This is live as it's happening. We're already at 8,904 feet. There's a lot of you guys watching our website right now too. We've got over 200 people connected to our website right now. This is insane. There's over 200 people receiving this data right now. We have over 200 people connected. We have over 200 in and outbound connections. Well, technically they're outbound, but we have over 200 HTTPS requests on this. Those aren't API requests. That's actual people viewing this website right now, over 200 people. We will get on the phone and we'll call the National Weather Service here. As soon as we hit 400 millibars, we'll get on the phone and we'll let the Weather Service know. Man, this is great. There is a little bit of an inversion. You can even see it here. So we very well could get freezing rain today. It's possible. I will try to answer your questions in a second. I got to pull up the chat here. Guys, this is what your donations are doing. If you want to donate, you can go to Project Weather Eye's website, or you can use the link in the top of the description. We had a lot of very generous folks pitch in lately, especially today. And but we desperately need to reach this goal before storm season. I mean, we're going to be drowning otherwise. So even if it's $1, it helps. This is data that's going to help out a lot. This isn't really a huge reason to be launching today. Whoop-de-doo, a winter weather sounding, right? But it's testing the system. We've got over 200 people watching. I expect to have over 2,000 people watching during severe weather. But it's the fact that we're able to test this. And get this going. Great, folks. Great. So what's really cool is and we're going to make this public. I don't know if Keenan's done it yet or not, but we're going to make it public. Every time we launch a balloon, it automatically gets picked up and goes into our Discord server as like a ping, and then you can track it. All right, so what do we got here? Let's see, we're at 635 millibars. We're going to lose this balloon a little bit sooner than we normally might. Because of the terrain, but we should keep it to about 50,000 feet at least. But you can track it live, and look at this, guys. Like, you can zoom right into where this thing is. If you want to watch this thing go over your house, watch it go over your house. Go for it. Hell, if you guys want to go retrieve the damn thing, go for it. It's going to land in Indiana somewhere. It's not above freezing a lot in the data so far. It is. It is down at the surface where it matters. You've got this warm any of that crap. All right, sorry about that. Sorry. I can't minimize OBS. I apologize. Just 1 second. I can't minimize it when I'm streaming apparently, or it wants to cut out. Sorry. If that happens, don't worry about it. Are we muted? If that happens, don't worry about it. No, we're good. Are we muted? We're good. I have so many computer monitors in here. I need to. It's not cool. Yeah, we're at 7.2 meters. Paul, what the hell are you talking about? The hell, Paul? Paul, we named a cart after you, and you're criticizing our meters? God damn, Paul, what the hell? Criticizing our meters? We named the cart after you. I'm just kidding. It might have been a little bit lower. Yeah, okay, it probably is. It's windy though. That's probably part of it. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, we're right around 5. It does dip a little bit below 5. That's okay. Yeah, Paul, I don't know if you saw, Paul, but we have the scientific sales cart now. We got to put a scientific sales sticker on it. I'm not joking. Like we've got the Radar Omega TV, now we have the scientificsales.com cart. Oh no, Paul, that's a nice cart. We're gonna put your face on the side of it. All right, I gotta put this back into feet and inches. I don't speak metric. There we go. So we're sitting at about 15,000 feet right now. We're at 538 millibar, or well, HPA, which is basically millibars. Once we hit 400 hectopascals or millibars, we're gonna call it a complete launch, and we will get on the horn with the weather service here. Winds are 88 miles per hour up there. We've been in flight for about 20 minutes. Lowest temperature recorded has been negative 6.6 Fahrenheit. It was about 40 degrees at the surface. We were it was freezing just above the surface, so we might end up with a little bit of freezing rain, but it's going to be tough. See, part of the problem is our surface reading right here might be a little bit skewed because it was close to the building. But that's just kind of is how it is. I mean, technically, like, I guess I could go out there and look with the Kestrel and see if we're actually at freezing. I think we actually are at freezing, but we'll see. A little bit of an inversion there. We probably need to go out there and pick everything up. Oh, that's cool. Radar Omega put together a nice little like 2025 um, video. Oh, that's cool. I wonder who did that. Sorry, I got distracted watching this video clip. All right, what do you guys want to do? You want to go back out there and get shit cleaned up and then get back at this? We can show Paul his cart. I don't know who's working at the weather service. Let me see if Tim is there. Um, he usually answers. Oh, where's his thing at? Oh shoot, did he get off of Twitter? Crap. Yeah, no winter weather advisories or anything in effect right now. But there could be some mixed precipitation in here. See, we got rain and snow being detected on radar Omega. Yeah, so we can get different colored balloons. Paul's got red ones. I actually need to see what it's going to take if we can get the 100-gram balloons. I wonder if I can get those in red or if that's going to be tough so we can see them better. Marilyn Monroe Video Archives is back, man. Oh boy, man, you must really like Marilyn Monroe. So we're using Radar Omega right now just to look at the precip types. I gotta put smoothing on. Yeah, it's detecting rain and snow here, a little bit mixed. So we very well could have some freezing drizzle or rain at some point here. We're over 20,000 feet, guys. It's all the way over there by Johnstown. We've got winds of 121 miles an hour right now. 121 miles an hour. My God. And I think we hit 400 we're at 413.8 millibars. Paul, we were thinking about running the red balloons for because we're gonna do the 100-gram balloons. At least that's what Internet talked me into. Which I mean they're right because I can use less helium, but they talked me into running the 100-gram balloons for when we're trying to do like supercell sound, like right in front of a storm, and then just using the 200s when we're trying to do it like in the morning, do the 200 so we can go up higher, and then in the afternoon, if we want to sample the environment right in front of a storm, we only need to go to like 35, 40,000 feet, so just use the smaller 100-gram because the intermet sound is light enough. I was tempted to see if we could get the orange balloons, but just for visibility, but or the red ones, whatever they are. But if it's, I don't know if you have to order them or how that works, but I don't know. White still might show up better. You don't think we need the red? All right, I'll take your word for it because we were kind of on the fence about it. If you don't think we need it, it's uh, yeah. I need a hot pink one. Realistically, there should be a hot pink one. You could see it, or like school bus. We need school bus yellow. We need our own custom color. We're gonna have to get on the phone with the Japanese folks and see if we can get our own custom color. We need to get like how about hot pink with stripes? You think we can get hot pink with stripes? You think we can talk them into that? Or you think they're gonna tell me I'm an idiot? They're probably gonna tell me I'm an idiot, and they're totally not wrong. Hey guys, we need you to manufacture hot pink with stripes. Okay, that was our commercial. Lock the door. I don't want no creepers in here. Don't need Rob's neighbors showing up. No, I'm just kidding. Well, let's get this stuff in here cleaned up a little bit. So still tracking. We are at 24,000 feet. 24,741 feet. Look at this. Winds are 124 miles per hour. Wow. That is nuts. It is freaking windy up there. All right, let me do a little quick video update here for the internet. All right, everybody, so we have another good balloon launch in the books. We're already at, it looks like 127.3 miles per hour. It is extremely windy. We've got a pretty dynamic atmosphere today. 25,328 feet. This thing's been up there for about 45 minutes or so now. So we launched this live earlier. This is thanks to our GoFundMe sponsors. They're helping out with Rise 26 and Project Weather Eye this year. It's expensive. You know, this balloon launch itself was probably about $350. Some of our launches are closer to $500, some are closer to $250. It just depends mainly how much gas we're using, and then of course, you know, what configuration we're using for it. So anyway, what are our next projects? It's going to be coming within the next 10 days to 2 weeks or so. We're going to be launching a 360-degree camera, and we're going to try to get that up and to a point where we can actually retrieve it and try to get a time lapse going up and back down with the radio sonde. So you can track these live for yourself. This is real-time data. You can even view SKUT soundings by clicking on the sounding analysis. We're up over 400 millibars, so it's a good sounding. It's a good launch. You can track it live, wxdye.org. All right, that's out of the way. I hate doing those. Okay, so let's get this stuff picked up. Oh yeah, this is the scientificsales.com cart. We'll zoom in on it. So this is our scientificsales.com cart. I mean, we've got the Radar Omega TV, so I guess we got the scientificsales.com cart. I don't know, it sounded cool. Like, you know how when you guys, like, you get these news channels where they, you know, it'll be like, oh, it's the Bob's Furniture Center 7-day forecast. Well, here we have the scientificsales.com cart. Why not? I'll secure it, calm down. Somebody's gonna be like, that's a hazard. Yeah, you know what? You know what else is a hazard in here? The wet floor. By the way, the wet floor last night was slippery, and that wasn't water from the melting snow on the truck. It was actually the tears of all the haters on Twitter that were trying to cancel us last night for buying views. So that was all their tears. They showed up here on the floor. Sorry. If they want them back, I can try to get them back, but I think they've evaporated.
We are at 29,000 feet. Give or take a little. So I don't leave anything on this cart because I don't want to risk having anything on there that's going to poke the balloon. I just put it all on the bottom. I think we're good. Yeah, so this is the derailleur, and like I explained to you many times before, what happens is when the balloon takes off, the weight of the sonde pulls down on this, and it unspools itself. It's a convenience thing. It's good in the field, but in here it's just too much work, so we just use the string, which is this, the cotton string. And you're supposed to use only cotton. I'm not sure why. I'm sure Paul does, but this is cotton. This is cheap. I paid $6, and there's like 600 feet here. It's not a big deal. I got it on Amazon. And I run about 60 to 100 feet of this. Obviously, we need to run closer to 100 because it didn't reach all the way down to the door. The nice thing about this is what we can do is we can put the radio sonde outside and turn it on, and it takes about 2 minutes to get a GPS signal and start sending data so that we don't have to stand out there holding the balloon for 2 minutes. We can set the radio sonde outside in the parking lot on a chair or on a piece of wood or a tripod or something, and then run the string in here and do our thing, and then by the time we go out there, it's ready to go. So it's kind of, it makes launching in here a little bit easier than having to, because in here we obviously don't get a GPS signal, and we also don't want data from in here because that would ruin the data, because we'd have this warm temperature in here, and then going outside it would skew everything. It would make the skew T look ridiculous. All right, so grab my chair. Trash Mountain's got to go. That broom, there's a long story. But we're dried out. Look at that, guys. It is now almost in the country of Illinois. Look at that. It is about to cross the state line. Right now. And this website is updating live as the data is coming in. We built this. This is not commercial. I wonder if SondeHub has picked it up. We should go see if SondeHub picked it up. It should have. SondeHub is basically a free, for anybody to use, open source weather balloon tracking thing. And it relies on volunteers who place receiving stations at their home or wherever. But we can't rely on it because we need to have a receiving station wherever we are, and we can't always guarantee that with like SondeHub. Hold on one second. Yep, SondeHub picked it up. There it is. So the SondeHub is running the same prediction algorithm that I ran at the beginning, and it thinks it's going to land somewhere out here by Plymouth, Indiana. Look at that. It's going to land somewhere way out here. So if we have anybody in Northwest Indiana, go get it. Seriously, go get it. Take a selfie with it. I don't know. Well, it's true. Cotton string is biodegradable. Correct. Yeah, so rumor has it, I'm going to say a funny now, so don't cancel me. Ah, shoot. I'm going to make a joke, don't cancel me, but rumor has it that balloon had to pay a tax to enter the state of Illinois.
Hold on. All right, I just tweeted out if there's anybody in the Plymouth, Indiana area, I would love to help direct you potentially to picking up our sonde. Just for fun. You don't have to do anything with it. It'd just be cool to direct somebody to it. Let me just retweet that and then I'll move the map. But yeah, so Sonde Hub's picking up on it. I just want to repost these quick. All right, so we have data. Yeah, we're up to 34,000 feet. Oh, I love Twitter. What's the current UTC time? Sweet. Let me Facebook that. Well, this has been fun. Let me uh let me look at this and see if we can draw on it and analyze it a little bit. All right, so obviously we have no instability because it's winter. This is what our sounding looks like. So this is just giving us, oh, we've hit the tropo whatever. Tropopause. It's tropopause, right? Yeah, tropopause. I'll make sure I was saying it right. So we hit the tropopause, which is right about here. See, our temperatures are getting warmer. If we look at the flight data, you're going to notice that our temperatures are going to start getting a little bit warmer. So this thing's in the stratosphere now where the temperatures are just a little bit warmer because of that solar radiation and such. So you're going to see these temperatures start going up. That's why they're bending back to the right. They're warming up. So pretty dry, but here's our entire sounding. Oops. It is incredible. I agree. Yeah, so I don't think we're really looking at any freezing rain potential with this. So I think all of this is going to come down as snow. Um, this little bit of like inversion, like this isn't really, I mean, most of our temperatures here are they're close to freezing, but I don't think we're going to get a freezing rain event. Here's our zero. Yeah, we're like, well, we're about 5 degrees Celsius shy of a freezing rain event at about 1,800 feet. If it was like 5 degrees warmer, yeah, maybe. Yeah, we're working on getting this data into Radar Omega. All right, let me go back here. This thing is almost to Chicago. I hope it doesn't get shot down. Ha 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 ha. Calm down, it's a joke. Yeah, to me this kind of looks like a snow squall sounding, really. Pretty dry, but you got strong winds. Like even at the surface, guys, 30 knot winds and then it goes up to 50 knots. Our maximum wind speed was well so far is 150 miles an hour. This looks like a snow squall sounding. We're probably at, guys, we're actually likely, very likely going to lose the signal on this pretty soon. we are getting out of range. We are probably going to lose the signal on this. But regardless, we've got the data we need. Whoops. Hold on, I want to type out a little bit of an analysis here. Let's see. So I put not seeing much that supports freezing rain like last night, which is good. Here, I'm trying to figure out how to word this. Um, lots of very strong winds aloft, including, how do you spell respectable? RESPE, respectable. I want to see what the airport observation is quick. I want the METAR. Just want to verify something. 11 to 19 knots. Is that what we have? What do we have at the surface? Roughly that. Where did we get that 150 mile per hour wind gust or wind speed? See how I'm backing this up with the slider to find it? It's at 37,000 feet. Oh, I need to get the pressure. What was the pressure? 200. All right, so I posted it. So I said, let's discuss the data. Radar Omega, radar attached. Shows some rain and snow in the vicinity of the sounding. Not seeing much that supports freezing rain like last night, which is good. It's below freezing the entire column. I'll explain that in a second. Should add that there are very strong winds aloft. Highest recorded so far was 150 miles per hour at 37,000 feet, which is 200 HPA or hectopascals, which is basically the same as a millibar. Way above what we need to be looking at, but it's still a cool fact. So if you look at this, you see it's hard to show here, but this where I'm highlighting with my cursor, that's our 0 degrees Celsius. That's our 32 degrees Fahrenheit line right here. Everything's to the left of it. If we were looking at freezing rain, see right this thing right here where we're starting to get that little bit of a warm punch, that little bit of an inversion right there, that would need to be right about here. And it's about 5, it's right at about -5 degrees Celsius right there. It would need to come over about 5 or 5.5, 6 degrees Celsius. So we're about 5 to 7 degrees shy of freezing range, so we're safe. Hopefully that explains this a little bit. There's a ton of people looking at this right now, guys. Our CPU usage is up to 3%. We got a lot of people watching. This is awesome. I'm surprised we're still getting data. We might have, no, it's still coming. We still got data coming in. It is over Chicago now. See, SondHub's picking it up too. SondHub should track it longer than we can because well, hold on. I can turn on the range rings on this. Hold on a second. How do I do that again? So this is showing these rings. These are just like preset distances. Basically, anybody in the blue is likely to be able to receive this radio sonde right now. Anybody in this green circle is likely to receive it mobile, like with the setup I have on the truck. We're really starting to edge out of that area. We might lose signal on it soon. This is SondHub. This isn't our viewer. I'm just looking at SondHub. See, SondHub didn't pick it up till about 500 millibars there. But yeah, I want to point this out to you guys. We are at $10,813 on our GoFundMe. That brings us, what is it, 44%. We are at 44% of our goal. And that's why we're able to do this, folks. If you want to get in on this, the link is pinned in the description. We appreciate it, folks. You guys are crowdfunding this weather data $1 at a time. This is also our first launch on our new server in-house. All right, guys. What do you guys think? No, I'm not calling the weather service because they saw the tweet, so they have it. What altitude do we expect it to burst? Um, you see right now it's got the burst detection happening. That's a false detection. It's just the way the code works, but it should probably uh anywhere between 55 and 70,000 feet. It did not burst. It's just the detect. See, it's still going up. It's just the way the detection is. There's just no way around it, unfortunately. Because we have to look at different things like pressure and ascent, descent. It will burst soon, but it's likely because the pressure's gone up and down. It's it's fine. But we're looking at probably between 55 and 70,000 feet. Um, it really depends. So we've gotten 80,000. Is it this sounding? No. One of them got 80,000. This one got to 72,000. But typically we need to overfill them a little bit because we need to get them moving quicker. So we need to get like a 6.5 to 7 meters per second ascent rate. There's really not a need to do that right now because we get all the data we need. I mean, look at this. We're at 100 millibars. Like we are literally in the stratosphere right now. We are like we are unbelievably high right now in stratosphere. I mean, we're at 50,000 feet, or 51,000. We're way above flight level. Vertical speed just increased a little bit. It's probably about to burst. within the next couple of minutes here, I suspect. Ty, we were just killing it with this today or this year, aren't we? It's over Chicago. Please don't shoot it down. So I'm trying to get logged into an account here. Any day. There we go. Well, guys, what do you want to do? God, that's so cool. LCLs are low. Cloud levels are low. Cloud decks at about 780 feet. Yeah, so we're up to about 53, 55, 53,000 something feet. So we're above the tropopause, guys. Obviously, you could see that in the sounding. It's right here. Right here. It's where this starts to bend back to the right and become warmer. So we're in the stratosphere. I should put something on here that says what part of the atmosphere it's in, shouldn't I? That would be cool. What if someone shoots it down thinking it's a spy balloon? Oh my God, hold on. Don't go anywhere. I have to show you guys something. Hold on. Hold on. Oh, wait till you guys see this. So, these are some, I'm going to flash it really fast, okay? These are special edition, but some of our patches we're going to give away this year. Boom. Okay, there you saw it. Anyway, but with these, I have, Paul gave me this. This is from their booth at AMS. And some of you guys, I want to see if anybody gets it. Does anybody get it? I will give you guys a minute to answer, but do you get it? Does this make sense? Like, really look at it. Really look at it. Like, does anybody get it? I'm not talking about the words. Hold on, it's blurry. There we go. Yeah, like, does anybody get it? Like, think about it. Somebody's got to get it. Somebody's got to get it. Are you kidding me? Oh, well, that's disappointing. I know nobody's actually getting it. It's the Chinese spy balloon, people. It's them shooting down the Chinese spy balloon. You remember that? Come on. How did nobody get it? It came from AMS, the 104th AMS. That was the year of the spy balloon. You guys remember the spy balloon? I think it's hilarious. It's like my prized possession right now. You said it? Well, I missed it then. I'm sorry. We're still ascending. We're going. We're going. We're way up there. We are over. Let's see whose house we're over. We're over Belmont Avenue in Chicago. We're over some shady looking apartment complex. Oh, now we're over Pulaski Road. They've got no idea. We're still receiving data, but we might, like I said, we might lose it soon. Just getting out of range. Is Walmart open tomorrow? They are open tomorrow. Okay. Yeah, we can't show Aiden's patch on stream. But I promise if you're like a friend of the channel, you're a channel member and you want to run into us while we're out in the field, we'd be happy to show it to you. Look at guys, our balloon's almost over Gary. Oh god damn, this thing's gonna get shot down. We are gonna get shot down. Yeah, we've got a lot of patches coming. They're pretty cheap. They only cost us like $1.50. This is our special edition one. We've got a couple for Rise 26. We've got a couple standard, um, just ones with just our logo, and then 2026. These are samples. The real ones will have Velcro on them, so you can stick them on something or sew them on something. We just ordered some samples. So like we've got some round ones. And we got some Rise 26 ones that are the same shape as our logo. I guess I could show you that. Wow, that's really blurry. So they look like this. So the patch will actually be that shape. Oh, that's actually the old one. So this ended up looking like a freaking volcano. So this is supposed to be a tornado, and this is supposed to be like a hill, like it's coming over the hill. I thought it was cool. And then the people that print our patches were like, dude, it looks like a volcano. You got to change that. And ever since they said like that totally looks like a volcano. So we changed it. Let me see if I can find the current one. Here it is. That's the current one. So we just took the bottom out so it looks like a tornado, not a volcano. Do you have to call the FAA before launching? Yep. Yeah, but we're not doing it as like hobbyists, so I don't have to call them every time. If we're doing regular launches, I can just give them a regular launch schedule, but I just tell them. And there's this misconception that we have to like file a NOTAM and all that. We don't. We just have to call an airport and tell them it's going up. Jordan Hall is following me. Oh, Jesus Christ. God help me. Anyway, lava tornado. Yes, Zach, it's a lava tornado. Thank you for that. It also looks like something else, but I'm not going to say what it looks like because I'm probably the only one that's thinking it. But yeah, I think it's cool. It's a rip off of the Space Force logo, by the way. But I think it's cool. I mean, I thought somebody told me it was the dumbest thing they ever saw. I thought it was a cool logo. I spent like weeks on this thing. Like I did this in PowerPoint. You have any idea how long it takes to do this crap in PowerPoint? Holy crap. We're still rising. We've got good data. Oh no, we're not. We're old. We lost. No, we're still getting data. We're at 61,000 feet. We're at 63 millibars. Now imagine having our camera up there. We're gonna go. Oh yeah, we should look at cameras here. Because I told you guys if I could get us to $10,000, $10,500, which we did, that I would go buy a 360 camera with some of that money. So because don't you think that's a good promotion? Being able to use it in YouTube Shorts and stuff, taking the camera up, and then we'll have to, but we're gonna have to go retrieve it. We will have to launch it and then retrieve it. So I can't launch it from here. We're gonna have to launch it. I'm thinking somewhere in Iowa, maybe Central Illinois, but we're probably gonna have to go launch in Iowa because they almost always go over the lake out here, and then we don't want it landing in town. It's going to be hard to retrieve. We want it to land out in the open somewhere. So we might want to go out to like Des Moines and see if we can do it on a calm day when there's not a lot of wind, and then have it come down probably somewhere by like Cedar Rapids or something. Um, I don't know, Caleb. I don't even bother with those people anymore. Let's put it that way. But anyway, so we have to use a 360 camera because otherwise it's not gonna. We want to capture everything, and it's gonna spin around. So um, let's see what we got. Obviously, want to keep the budget down because there's a chance we don't get it back. Because there's a chance that it just goes off and then it ends up in the middle of the interstate and gets run over. So we don't want to buy the most expensive one out there. Um, so like let's look at something that we could make work. Something decent, but we don't want to go. We don't want junk, right? Because if we're gonna send this thing all the way up to 80, 80, 90,000 feet, whatever, we want it to cut. We want a good video. We'll send it up below the radio sonde. I might use a bigger balloon. We might want to use a 350, maybe. Maybe. But I think we should be able to get to yeah, I think we'll be okay. Anyway, yeah, oh yeah, look at this. Insta 360, 229. This is what I have, and I love it. It's a great camera, but we need to look at how much it weighs. That's a little more affordable. The GoPro is 300. I'm trying to get, I wish GoPro would sponsor us. Oh my God, it just got windy as hell out there. I'd love to buy one of these Insta 360 X5s to replace the one in the truck. Yeah, look at this, guys. Well, oh man, you can't get it. Oh, it is available at a nearby store. Okay, so Rockford's got. So they're available. So 220 or 299 is not terrible. 229 is better. They've got one. What's this? January 7th. Yeah, Madison and James. So they're in stock. I wonder how much that weighs. Because weight is a concern for us. We're still ascending. We're at 65,000 feet over the lake. 180 grams. Yikes. What's 180 grams plus 120 grams plus 370 grams? All right. I want to fly this as payload on a weather balloon. Haymont to, oops. We'll just ask Grok instead of pulling out the calculator. All right, so the Insta360 is 180. Oh, the battery? No, 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 no. My payload is Insta Intermet Sonde 120 grams and 7. I gotta give it specifics here. I don't think I need to heat it, Paul, because they're supposed to be good to like -30 or something. I mean, that's the, I mean, if we want to go, it depends how high we want to go, you know, obviously. It's like Paul said, because like if you go up to it, like for example, today we were at like we should be able to operate that to about 450 altitude 7.67. I'll do a little bit of research on this, but we're gonna have to be picky with how we do this on the first one. So because Paul's right, like that was something I was gonna get into. Like typically you need to put them in styrofoam, just something so that they're not freezing because they have a minimum operating temperature. I've seen people launch the Instas and they don't seem to corrupt if they shut off in flight, which means if it froze up, we would be fine. So I'm not worried about recovering it, but we're not going to want to go, there's going to be a cutoff where we're only going to want to go so high unless we want to upsize the balloon, which I mean, we could, but I'm talking like if we want to do a super easy, like social media, like we want to go out there and do something right freaking now, what are our limits going to be? Um, but that's one of the things we need to look at with this camera and see like what we can actually operate this thing to naked. Because our radio sound survives, obviously, but that's made to survive. Because we'll attach this below. Well, we'll probably attach it. Shoot, I don't know if I want to attach it. I don't know if I want to attach it below because I don't want the string in the shot. But because of the fisheye lens, if we run the string for the radio sound, if we go balloon parachute camera string, but tape the string down the side of it, radio sonde, and fix it so that the string doesn't move over the lens, it'll be in the blind spot of the lens. Yeah, we would have to have the camera above the sonde. I wanted the camera below the sonde. Um, because I think that would be cool because then you've got the sonde in the shot, but I don't have a way to run the string below the sonde unless we had a horizontal bar because I've seen people do that too, but now you're talking about adding a bunch of, screw that. All right, so it says it's 370 grams for just the equipment. 85 cubic feet is not right. Well, perhaps it is. I just don't feel like pulling out the calculator. There's a calculator for this. Sonde is still climbing, guys. 71,000 feet on a 200-gram balloon. Guys. Oh no, we're descending. It burst. It burst. Our maximum altitude on a 200-gram balloon is 70,933. It literally just burst. It just burst when I clicked to that. It was ascending and now it's descending. So we're going down at 19 miles per hour. The air is so thin, the parachute's not doing anything. It's probably not even open. So you're going to see this thing fall. Now we're up to 20 miles per hour. This thing's going to plummet um, until about 200 millibars, and then it'll start to slow down. It literally just burst. We got 71,000 feet on a 200-gram balloon. That is so cool. Sondhub's still picking it up. All right, Sondhub is running the landing prediction. Oh, wow. No way. It says it's going to land in Ohio? That can't be right. Something's wrong with that prediction. There's no way. How would that even be possible? There's no way that this is going to land there. Okay, there it went. I was going to say there's no way. So it's actually looking like this thing's probably going to land closer to Marion, between Marion and Fort Wayne. If we have any viewers in this area, I can direct you to the sonde. We're going to lose signal on it pretty soon, but somebody else with a receiver should probably have signal. How much you want to bet this dude up here is going for it? But seriously, I will direct you if you want to go get it. Yeah, we don't, we could use cheap cameras and stuff, but the thing is, like, we're trying to run, little bit. I can't do much with a cheap camera, unfortunately. With what we're trying to do, unfortunately we have to have something that's a little better. Because like the cheaper ones on Amazon, I've messed around with them and they're just not. They just ain't it. It doesn't match the footage that we're like. The quality doesn't match the rest of the footage we're using, and it just doesn't look good. But there are some cheap options out there on Amazon that aren't bad, but it doesn't match. I really need something that records in log. Um, the thing about those Insta360s is they get hot. And going back to what Paul said, I actually think we actually might be able to get one of those up to like 40 or 50,000 feet without freezing it, honestly, because they get like like hot. Like when I put mine outside of the truck, it's burning up after recording for a few minutes. Like they are super hot. It's possible. I wonder if we could wrap it in Mylar. Like, I have a million in one of those Mylar emergency blankets. I wonder if we could insulate that because it's kind of self-heating. We might be able to insulate that with Mylar, and that would add like no weight at all. Just wrap it in a little cocoon. Yeah, I'll call the ISS. Give me a second. Yeah, hello, space station. I need to take a picture of my balloon. Okay, thanks. Bye. Okay, they're gonna do that for us. Good call. You're in Fort Wayne. You want to go get it? So I'm a little cautious of how much I use SondHub because I kind of got ran out of their Discord. Whoops. Well, so somebody was asking about some sondes that are getting launched out here. Oh, right there, this one here. There's an intermet sonde right there. This one, and this is from Urban Air. Urban Air is launching these as like an experimental thing. And there's not a lot of people. Well, there are a lot of people that launch intermet, but it's not like well known. At least, especially not in the U.S. They're popular a lot overseas in Europe, but I'm one of the few people that's like regularly launching internet that's not doing it like on a case by case. Like there's a lot of privates, a lot of the colleges use them, but you don't see them pop up on the map very often. So people pick up on them, and like this, there was some people in Sonde Hub that were like, what is this? And I was like, oh, hey, not a whole lot of people launch Intermet. It's probably no, Urban Sky. Is that what it is? Urban Sky or whatever? Like it's probably Urban Sky out of the Denver area. I'm like, that's if you look at their website, they, whatever. And I said, there's not a whole lot of us that launch Intermet, it seems like. And somebody was like, I forgot what they said, but they were like, oh, you launch garbage. Internet's garbage. And I'm just like, Internet's not garbage, dude. And who are you? And I was told that Internet is garbage because they're harder to track and they're harder to recover. And I'm like, well, buddy, um, we're meteorologists and scientists. We don't care about hobbyists picking up the sondes. These sondes aren't built to be easy for you to go find them in a cornfield. They're built to give us data. They're not junk. Like the world doesn't revolve around you picking up out a cornfield. Like I was kind of annoyed by that, and I said something to like a moderator or an admin. I was like, "Hey, I don't mean to be a jerk, but like I'm actually launching these, and then somebody who's a hobbyist comes in and tells me that I'm using junk. Like, who the hell are they?" I kind of got ran out of the Discord because everybody was like, "Oh, you probably don't know anything about them," and I'm like, "I'm launching them. I have like 30 of them in my shop right now." Like, I don't know. It's an interesting community. It's a nice service. Like, this is a good service for hobbyists. But it's not something that we have to have our own system. But they can still pick up our soundings. We're still receiving it. It's almost to Gary. I don't report to SondHub. I don't forward any of this to SondHub. It's not to be. It's not because I don't want to. It's because I don't necessarily always have the bandwidth on the receiver, and we need to make sure our receiver is good at giving the data to us. I don't want to miss data because it's giving it to someone else. Yeah, Thomas. So like I get, and I know we have hams in the chat. Listen, I am also a ham radio operator. I say this kindly. The amount of ham radio operators that have thrown a fit over this is incredible. You know how many emails I have? You need a call sign for that. Where's the call sign? I hope you have a call sign on that. And I'm like, why would I have a ham radio call sign on this? That you're a ham radio operator. You have to put your ham radio call sign on them. Like, it's not a ham radio balloon. This is a professional piece of meteorological instrumentation here. It has nothing to do with ham radio operators. And some of them even turned me into the FCC because apparently I'm violating Part 97. Laura Smith at the FCC Enforcement Office in Chicago, I had a nice email conversation with, and does not give a crap about these complaints because they're sick of getting them. And it's like she said, she's like, I don't understand how this falls into Part 97. It's like, this is a meteorological instrument. This has nothing to do with ham radio. I'm like, tell them that. Like, and every time I pick up an LTE push to talk radio, I've got a ham radio operator in the chat. Where's your call sign? Like, leave me alone. I don't need a call sign. I'm not talking on the ham radio. Like, ham radio isn't the world. Like, I respectfully, guys, I know we got a lot of you guys in the chat. Like, I am a ham radio operator too, but there is a very large percentage of the ham radio community that, oh my God, they think they're the frequency police, and like they want to see my FCC license to operate this cell phone. Let's put it that way. It's just, it's so annoying. I get emails weekly about it. Weekly. Part 97 says you have to have a CW identifier on that every 10 minutes. Well, it's not a Part 97 instrument. CQ, CQ. Oh, Jesus Christ. If it was one or two people, I wouldn't say nothing. But it's literally been, I've gotten probably over 20 of these by now. And it's just like, holy smokes. So yeah, Thomas, you get it. Yeah, watch it land on somebody's tower. That'd be funny. Yeah, well, your dad's probably one of the normal ones. You're tracking the balloon on SonHub. Yeah, I can do that too. See, it's right there. That's fine. I mean, we're going to get more data on it. See, like, look at our sounding. We receive the entire sounding. If you go to SondeHub, look at SondeHub sounding. Starts at 500 millibars. I can't use that. That's because there was no receiver station. There was no oh, wait a minute. That's not mine. That's mine. Starts at 500 millibars. It's missing all of the important stuff. That's because there was not a receiver station anywhere near where we launched that started picking it up. You know, we have a receiver out in the vehicle, on the building, etc. So we receive wherever we launch from. That's why we use our system. That's why I don't just hope SoundHub picks it up. We would never get a full data set because it's really this lowest. It's basically 400 millibars. The surface to 400 millibars where we actually care. No, I am not using ham radio frequencies. This is definitely nothing to do with ham radio. I am not using any designated ham radio frequencies, no. Yeah, there's nothing like actually wrong with SoundHub. It's just like if your nearest receiver is 50 miles away, it's not going to pick it up until it gets higher up and it can actually get the signal from it. I'm surprised we have the signal from it. We're still getting signal. Yeah, we're still getting signal. This thing's been in flight for almost 2 hours. Wow. The SondHub predictor algorithm still thinks it's going to land somewhere out here by Marion. I mean, guys, this is going a long ways. How far is that as the crow flies? Let's look in Radar Omega. Where's Marion? Somewhere in here. Right there. Right about here. This balloon sonde will probably have traveled 241 miles in 2 hours from launch by time it falls. 241 miles. That's pretty cool. All right, it's back over land. It's crossing 94 or 80. We were just there the other day or 2 days ago. No, I don't fill out paperwork for it. The only thing I have to do is tell the nearest airport there's a balloon going up, and they say, "Okay, see ya." And before anybody says that I have to file a NOTAM, not that you would, but somebody always catches me and corrects me, but I don't need to file a NOTAM because it's under X amount of pounds or grams or whatever. So I don't need a NOTAM for these. It is pretty cool. I agree. The altitude, it's 48,000. It's moving about 90 miles an hour, give or take. Um, I have the action camera here. I want to see if I can get the video off of it. Low pressure, lofted at higher. No, the only thing that really causes these to rise is the amount of helium in them, and then of course the weight. Um, the the pressure has really nothing to do with the balloon. The balloon is its own vehicle. It's going to rise no matter what, um, if that makes sense. Yeah, about 70,000 feet is fine. We've gotten 82,000 feet out of these before, but our goal, our target is between 62 and like 72,000. So we were right on the mark. We adjust the height by the amount of helium we put in there. So if we get it to rise faster, we'll traverse quicker. Because what happens is these go up in the air, they expand, and eventually they burst. It's because there's no pressure, well, basically zero almost pressure outside of the balloon, so it expands. So that's kind of how we control the height. There's a lot of other factors too, like if it's windy, it's hard to get that quicker ascent rate. It's trying to horizontally blow it. So you'll end up with a slower ascent rate, sometimes a lower altitude. But the main control we have over it is the amount of gas in it. Who picks it up? Well, you can if you're in the area. It's not. I wouldn't. I mean, sure. Yeah, I guess it's litter, but it's. I would say probably 80% of everything attached to this is biodegradable. How expensive is the helium? Way more than it should be. It's about well, almost $60 a launch. Almost 60. So we use about 30-ish, give or take, cubic feet of helium. It's expensive. We're gonna switch to a hydrogen system though, but we have to take some precautions. Hydrogen has to be outside. We have to pipe it in. We have to have the safety shutoff valves. We have to put a cage outside. Um, electric, static electric shock protocols, all that crap. But it'll pay off. But we can't use hydrogen in the cars. That's just too big of a fire risk. So we just use helium for now. So that will help. We'll be able to make the launches from here cheaper. Hydrogen's about a third of the cost of helium. Hydrogen's not really. Um, Hydrogen's really only dangerous if you're not smart about it. Like realistically, the amount of hydrogen in one of those balloons and the amount of like I don't know how many cubic feet we have in the garage, but it's thousands of cubic feet. If we did have a balloon burst and we shut the hydrogen off right away, I don't think the hydrogen concentration in the air would actually be enough for any sort of combustion. I don't think we can actually calculate that, but we can vent it so easily in here. We've got a 13-foot by 10-foot garage door we can open. And we've got an exhaust fan, and then we got the actual fan. Can't really use the two fans in the back because the motors, they're brush motors. They technically could spark, but you know what I mean. Like we can actually, if something went wrong, we could vent this place very quick, if needed. But the hydrogen system that I'm looking at that Air Gas wants to get me, um, is actually not terribly expensive, and it's actually got a flow sensor, so we can program it so it'll actually cut off and close the valve. So like if the hose breaks or the balloon breaks and it starts free flowing, it'll just shut the hydrogen off for us. Um, but it's just one of those things where it's like it's fine to use. It's preferable to use. You just have to. You have to. It really requires a lot of babysitting and people knowing how to use it. Helium, we don't. Helium, who cares? I mean, that don't do nothing. It's inert. Oh, of course. And there's Eric telling me to file a flight plan. Eric, I hope you did. Eric, I hope you filed my flight plan. You were supposed to do that. I probably got paid to file that. I'm just filing. I'm just paying people to file flight plans now. You were supposed to do that. What the hell, man? What I did when I launched, I put the GoPro on the ground or the DJI on the ground and pointed it up. I don't know. It might look cool. It might look stupid. It's about over Valparaiso now. I imagine we're about to lose signal. Sondhub have it? Yep. Still predicts the landing in Marion, north of Marion, in the weeds. I wish I had a marker so I could have wrote on it. I didn't read it right. Oh, I'll read it again then. Let me find it. Oh no, I read it right. You were supposed to file it for me. Are you calling me incompetent, Eric? You saying I can't speak English? Jesus Christ. Get a load of Eric. It's always Eric or Patrick. Where's Patrick? He hasn't been in here at all today. What's going on? I'm gonna mute the audio on this because this is just me cussing at it. So I was getting pissed at it because my string got tangled. Let me go back in the live. I want to see what it looked like on camera. I hope you guys saw it. Oh yeah, you saw it. Good. Well, folks, yeah, I think this is gonna land down there by Marion. This must be an NWS one. Yeah, it looks like it's gonna land between Marion and, well, northeast of Marion, maybe. I think my delivery's here. It's our glow sticks. Ran out. So this is for our night launches. I'm supposed to have a light on it at night, so glow stick, whatever. Jesus Christ, Zach. What the fuck? You son of a bitch. What the fuck? That's not my glow stick. Oh my god, you piece of shit. Holy shit. I can't show that on stream. I thought it was my glow sticks, but it's definitely not my glow sticks. Well, it's not a hole for us that I mean it is, but it isn't. I mean we fund it with our fundraiser and then you guys watching the live streams. I honest to God thought those were my glow sticks, which should be here soon. But wow. I love it. I love it. That's great. Oh my God. I mean, Zach's over here trying to get me canceled. I'll take a picture for you mods. Oh my God. All right. Well, let's go out there and yeah, I'm sure you did track that package all day. I honest to God thought it was my glow sticks. That's that's all right. I sent I sent Zach a I'm not gonna get into it. Yeah, I'm not gonna get into it. Crash Mountain. Well, guys, I think we're gonna be able to wrap it up here. Yeah, we're down to 33,000 feet, so it's descending. So, whoa. Okay, all right. I'm gonna get out of here, guys. We've completed mission. I'm gonna take some of the video and stuff from today and put it on a little, like a Facebook reel and post it. So thanks again for helping do this, folks. If you do want to get in on this, we are running our fundraiser. We're almost 50% of the way there. I will gladly tell the channel members what I sent Zach. Next members only stream. About what a shithole this year's been. I think we just lost signal. We did. I'm not getting pings anymore. My last ping is 30 seconds. I think we just lost it. Man, we held on to that for a long time, guys. So, all right, have a good one, guys. I'll be back later at some. Wait a minute. Did I just lose you? There we go. I'll be back at some point here tomorrow or something.